Hello and welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I am Dustin, and we have...
And I'm Nick.
Indeed.
The Lord Nicholas, metal god.
All right, so how you doing tonight?
I'm okay. Been getting over the holidays has been kind of nuts.
Yep, I hear that. And welcome to Instagram. Yeah, no, I have it streaming on Instagram too, so I was just welcoming them too. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, goodness, jeez. Do you have anything new, anything exciting going on in your life other than getting over the holidays?
Now I got caught up on for speaking of like nerd stuff, I got caught up on Reincarnated as a Sword, so wait for the next one. It's gonna be like 6 months. I don't know if I'll live. And so I started reading The Skeleton Warrior Failed to Protect the Dungeon. It's a comic, it's an online comic. It's not a really good one. Like it was something like the same thing like Reincarnated as a Sword. I thought it would be, hey, kind of been in a lower mood, kind of down. I want something easy, maybe funny, maybe action-packed, but and it ended up being really freaking good.
Nice.
I'll link it to you. It's just a comic. I mean,
yeah.
But it's it's literally a skeleton from a dungeon, and he just every time he dies, he comes back, but he keeps everything that he gained from his previous life, his stats and everything. It's isekai, kinda. It's not really an isekai because he doesn't get reborn in a different world. It's more like he just keeps getting reborn, and you find out like he just keeps being reborn and getting more and more and more powerful, but it's not like one of those shows or stories where like you know what I mean, like the protagonist gets so powerful and stupid, which he does, but he's so far behind that he gets his ass kicked a lot, and that's why he keeps dying and getting resurrected, and you have to figure out ways to get around stuff. And even though he's super powerful now, he still can't always overpower everything. Sometimes he just has to die and try again.
And that's the sword one?
No, that's The Skeleton Failed to Protect the Dungeon. Like I said, I'll send you a link.
Okay, so it's very similar to the Reincarnated as a Sword thing.
Kinda. He just got reincarnated as a sword. He died in our world and reincarnated as his soul reincarnated in a sword, and he can steal powers by destroying the crystals of monsters. And then he meets a slave girl, the young kid, and then she's all alone, and he rescues her, kinda. And then that's what I mean. Like there's that. This one is more. He never was a real person. He just was a skeleton his whole life, like a low-level soldier in the Demon Lord's army. And then Mistress Succubus, one of the Demon Lords or high-ranking generals, she had taken a liking to him, and then he spent 20 years fighting, and then when he died, he went way back to the beginning, kept all of his stats and everything. He doesn't have no idea what's going on because he never really was a person before. And he's just reincarnating every time he dies and trying to protect Miss Succubus, the person that created him, resurrected the dead, made him into a skeleton.
Yeah.
And he keeps losing them, and he keeps failing them, and he has to die. And they're not quite. It is a reincarnation one, but not quite the same.
It sounds very similar to another thing I've been told.
Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise.
No, I haven't actually.
It's a little bit more like that. You haven't seen Edge of Tomorrow?
I haven't. My mom's told me about it, so I've come close to watching it a couple times, but it's just never high on my priority list. Normally, I have another show that I need to watch.
I was the same way, and then I just had to be like on TV or something. I don't remember. I just happened to watch it, and I'm like, this is a damn good movie.
Right.
And I was not expecting that because I didn't hear much about it. It doesn't look too intriguing. It looks kind of silly. Tom Cruise is in it, and he's been nutball lately. So, like, I didn't know. And then I watched it, and I'm like, this is a damn good movie.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to that.
Yeah, just
so I can't either. But I can't watch anything with Tom Cruise in it either. But I guarantee you will like Edge of Tomorrow. You should just tough it out.
Yeah, it's one of those things I just have to sit down and watch it, and I think it's somewhere on one of the services I have currently. I just need to go and watch it. But yeah, I've been watching some really interesting things so far. Well, I mean, not I've been watching having fun watching Lord of the Rings with my girls and
Yeah,
so that
classics.
and nope, can't do it. Same with Ben Affleck. Ah,
And you're missing out. I'm one with you. I don't like Tom Cruise, and I don't really care anything he's been in. But this is a sleeper hit. It's one of those. I
yeah.
highly recommend it. You will be
Well,
only missing
Emily
out if you
Blunt
don't at
is in
least
it
give it a
too,
try.
right?
Who?
Emily Blunt,
Sure.
I think. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure she's in
somebody
it.
famous. There's several famous people in that, but I don't. When you say Emily Blunt, a picture doesn't come to me, so I don't know who that is. I mean, I know who that is, but I
The,
don't.
the female.
I'm assuming with a name like Emily. It'd be sad if it was a dude named Emily. He'd get picked on a lot.
I want to say the female protagonist. The She was right there with him. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I've been having fun watching Lord of the Rings with my girls, and I watched a couple other really good movies that were surprisingly good. Have some ideas for. I forgot to look them up though.
You were right. It is Emily Blunt.
Um,
But yeah, go on. You
in
have some.
no. I am DB.
Okay. Oh,
I am DB. Um, I wanted to look up these movies for next week that I had in mind, but I will get to that here later. On to the movies, the topics that we need to talk about. So you were saying you didn't have time to watch Caddyshack, right?
right. I've never seen it either. It's been on my list, but it's not something I've ever watched.
Yeah, same. It's one of those things that everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, you got to see this! You got to see this!" And it's just like, "Yeah,
It's right
okay,
here.
I will," but there's always something better on that interests me more to watch. So I never have got around to it. But it's one of those things that everyone says, "Oh, you gotta watch this." Especially Kurt,
Yeah,
he was always talking about that. But
I've heard nothing
um,
but good things.
yeah. So just to get into that, it's a, a bunch of caddies that stand around and caddy for people. Um, and
There's a woodchuck.
there's a woodchuck or a gopher or something like that.
Gopher.
Yeah, gopher. And Bill Murray is like trying to get the gopher and having a
He
heck of
uses
a time with it.
dynamite.
Yeah. Yeah, he eventually ends up using dynamite and all that stuff. But anyway, so that's the whole premise of the story. It's nothing more than, you know, okay, well, okay, so I'll back up. The kid wants to get a scholarship um, to go to college, but um, he just doesn't have the money. His family doesn't have the money, and so he's trying to schmooze up with all these, I don't know, high
Bigwigs.
to do people that are on the golf course at the caddies. So he's caddying for, and so
People.
he's trying to be like, oh yeah, oh darn, if only I could do this, but I'm looking forward to doing this, but I just need money first, and so that's always a thing with him. But yeah, and then there's a couple girls he likes and all that stuff nonsense. But yeah, um, I think that's about it. That's the main hook of the movie, so to speak, if there is one. which I don't even know if there is one, but it's funny. I thought it was funny. I had never seen this before.
Hey, your thing's frozen.
Yeah, so it is.
The fuck was that? What the fuck was that? I think it might be on my end.
No, it's on my end too. Let me try to.
Tried to update and restart, and I don't know why.
Hey, hold tight.
Okay. Hi. I will be this evening's entertainment. I am Nick Metal, the greatest person on earth. Should all bow to me and worship me. Start your own religions. I like pizza, tacos. So if you're gonna sacrifice anything to the Lord of Nick, tacos. Just mail them to me. You can just put them in an envelope too. Like I don't care. Tacos are great no matter how they come. I think Dustin got lost. He wandered off into the internet to fix his camera and got lost. There's probably like a maze down there. Maybe he has to fight a Minotaur. That'd be cool. I don't have anything silly to say now. I don't know if anybody's watching this. I'm probably talking to myself, but that's nothing new. Hey, welcome back.
Yes. Had to exit out. I guess I opened too many browsers or something. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with this, but
Failure. Fail.
I know.
I was just talking to whoever's watching and trying to start my own religion, so try to get them to mail me tacos. We'll see what happens. I doubt it's gonna work, but if I get some tacos in the mail, I'm gonna be happy.
Dude, yeah, I wouldn't mind being hooked up with tacos. That or just, never mind. I shouldn't say that. But anyway.
Prostitutes? I think it's illegal, dude.
No, I wasn't gonna say prostitutes. I was just gonna say, nude pictures. Yeah, no.
I don't like you that well, dude. No one needs to see me. Oh, well then why'd you bring it up?
No, I'm saying for other people.
No one wants to see me. I'm not gonna send them to anybody else.
Not you.
Well, then why are you talking to me about it?
Because you brought it up.
You brought it up.
Anyway, what were we saying?
You were giving me a plot summary of Caddyshack.
Yes, essentially, the gopher is causing havoc on the greens of the lawn and all that stuff, and so
always eat your greens.
He's trying to come up with a way to kill it, and the caddies are just going about their lives and trying to caddy their way into something awesome, but
pretty sure that you're that's not like an in to like a new job. Like it's not like you become a caddy and then one day you'll move up. So they're probably barking up the wrong tree.
Right. Well, yeah. Okay, so yes, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Why don't you just say boobs? Because now you talk about prostitutes. See, if you just said boobs,
no,
you would have been over
with. Not talking about.
That's what I heard. I
did not.
I distinctly remember it.
Nope. But okay, so I've lost track of thought. All right, back on track. So the movie is good. I thought it was pretty funny. I don't know. It has Chevy Chase and
Yeah, it's a classic. It's got a lot of classic actors.
yeah. I'm not really like that big on Chevy Chase. Like he's just all right, you know. Okay, he's cool. Sure, you know. It's not gonna ever like make me, oh, I gotta watch that. There's Chevy
Right.
Chase in it.
Right.
But hey, welcome.
Good morning.
Zombie popping in to say hey. He's at work slaving away, and we are trying to sum up Caddyshack. But yes, I thought it was good. Nick hasn't seen it, so we'll just move on to the next movie, which is Men in Tights. Which I is very much a parody of yeah.
Robin Hood.
Yeah, it's very much a parody of Robin Hood and
One of the greatest movies of all time. It's up there with Princess Bride.
yeah, I agree. And
men in tights, tights. We roam around the forest looking for fights.
I didn't know that Dave Chappelle was in.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought that was funny. It's just like, oh,
I knew that, but yeah, I didn't make the connection until you just. Yeah, that was before he got famous too, or like right around when he started getting famous.
Yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, no, I'll send you over to my son, Achu. Bless you.
His father, a sneeze.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have Blinken the blind.
Blinken the blind guy.
He's reading the Playboy that's got
it was
like
so funny when he fell out of that ladder thing and on the ground, and he's just like, oh, I can see, and then he stands up and bumps into the tree, and he's like, oh, never mind. But yeah, it's very much a parody of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, because
Patrick Stewart's in that too. Sorry to interrupt you, man.
Huh?
Patrick Stewart's in that too.
Yeah, he's King Richard. He's King Richard, which of course they had to do that because they already had Sean Connery in Robin Hood for the King Richard. So it was a good parallel. Like, okay, yeah, we got to get someone famous for that. Well, more famous because he was next generation fame at the time.
Yeah,
I think
Patrick Stewart's great, dude. He's great in everything.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the ending where he goes like, where that guy's punishment is toilets will now be referred to as a John. I'm like, that's a punishment.
Yeah. Going to the John.
And then the key doesn't fit.
Oh,
so it's called a locksmith. The whole thing was about that key, and in the end, it doesn't fit.
Yeah. It didn't unlock the chassis belt. Oh goodness, that's funny.
That's a great movie.
It's a very good, very classic Mel Brooks type thing.
Yep.
But
Mel Brooks movies are always good. Not always, but 99% of the time. I heard they're making a Spaceballs 2, speaking of that. Although there's been rumors going around for a long time, but I heard like officially they were, but then like that was a while ago and I still haven't heard anything, so I don't know if it got stalled or what.
Yeah, it's probably stalled somewhere along the way, but I don't know. It'll be interesting if it happens. I look it up, but apparently my iPad can't handle it, or my computer can't handle it if I open another tab. So I'll try for my phone real quick.
Well, I got you. I got Google Foo. Oh my god, my computer will work.
I know, right? Spaceballs, the movie.
Here's comic book reader or CBR, whatever. What the fuck? I don't care if I'm blocking your ads.
The Search for More Money.
Yep. And he mentioned that in the first one, too.
Yeah, they did. Oh, goodness. The Schwartz has been awakened. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say Spaceballs.
Yeah, I'm saying it fell through. It might not be a viable option.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's fine. I'd be fine with it not having a sequel because I don't know. I feel like Disney already has enough on their plate
when you do, especially like this, because of all the circumstances with it, it's an old classic. It's a classic. It's one of the foundations of the comedy 80s comedy movies. So like, it's the sequel is either going to be really bad or really good, and it's my man Mel Brooks, and I've never, like I said, there's only been things I think he's been okay in. I've never seen like a terrible Mel Brooks movie, so I think you could pull it off. But usually, I'm not too enthusiastic about sequels after this long of a time.
Yeah, especially. But
if it's Mel Brooks, man, I'd like to see it because I think he has a shot at pulling it off.
Yeah, some things shouldn't have a sequel. I agree.
Yeah. Like Jason or Friday the 13th.
I don't know. Those were all great.
The first 2 or 3 were great, but then it's got to be like, oh, come on now.
I think it was the third one, or I don't know. There's one when he picks up the camper in their sleeping bag,
beats him against a tree.
Beats it against the tree, and it's just like, that is hilarious. It's so brutal.
It was like original. That was, well, again, a classic, one of the first horror slasher movies. You know what I mean? Blah 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 blah. And then it just like they made so many sequels, it just became silly. And then it's like, well, come on now. Jason was supposed to be like one of the first.
Yeah. Zombie has never seen Spaceballs. Well, now who gets the shame?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he laughs his ass off at the horror movies. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, it's gonna be. Looks like it's gonna be Spaceballs for next week then, just for you. I don't know. He might not be able to come next week, so I'm gonna make sure he watches it though.
Yeah.
The guy that plays
it's not like you with Edge of Tomorrow where it just kills. It's not like, what did you say?
Just said the guy who played Jason said that was one of his favorite kills. The one where he takes the beanbag against the tree, or sleeping bag against the tree.
Even though I hated the movie, I like absolutely loathed it. The Jason X, where he's in space, when he freezes that lady's head in liquid nitrogen and smashes it, that was one of my favorites, just because it was like, I never would have thought of that. That was great, but it was stupid as fuck.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Jason X, I haven't watched that one yet, but
it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Most of them are, but it's one of those things like you watch them not for the sake of, I don't know, you just end up making fun of them. And it's just like, oh, that was funny, or that was silly, or that was goofy, or what, you know.
I don't know. I think I tried too hard. It's not even good for that. Although I did see a meme about that movie like 3 days ago, which is odd that now it comes up. But there's a meme where it shows a clip from that movie where you see they're in like a space station and it's like 2050 or 40 or something. And they said, what's that on his face? He goes, it's a hockey mask. The game was banned in 2024. And so, like, apparently in this Jason X universe, hockey was banned this year. So if you like hockey, it's not gonna be around much longer, man.
Oh boy. Zombie says that's actually harder to do than you'd think. The liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, it would take probably an hour to freeze a head. Do you want to see one of the coolest?
Have one of those MythBusters on the show to just be like, yes, it takes precisely 30 seconds, 32 seconds for this, or 24 minutes for this.
I bet you to solidly freeze a head, it would take at least a half hour. I mean, there's a lot of meat and stuff. Anyway, let me show you a magic trick.
Most impressive.
Yeah, I don't have many talents, but that's one of them.
That's a nice party trick. Can you do it full? Or partially
No, it's
full?
too heavy. It's too heavy. It relies on suction because I have an oddly shaped head.
Yeah. I believe it. I believe it. You always did have an oddly shaped head. But I'm not one to talk. Worst unicorn ever.
I can do it with a beer can.
Oh goodness. Yeah, so Men in Tights, Caddyshack. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I like them both. They're all right. Men in Tights is quite good.
It's a classic. It's in my classic folder, my brain folder.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
You hadn't seen it before this?
No, I had never seen it before this.
Before we had to
watch it. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the whole. That's literally the whole point to the show. Basically, is for
you mentioned that last time.
Be like, oh yeah, you need to watch this movie because I had never watched it or whatever. So, I mean, I've watched, I don't know, half a dozen movies. I don't know through this whole course of things that I don't know. They were all fine ish. I think the worst one might have been either The Uninvited, but that was also funny, or Devil's Angels. I thought that one was only okay.
I don't know that.
Yeah. It was one that I'd watched a while ago. For a head to be fully frozen in liquid nitrogen, it would take approximately 40 minutes.
I said 30, so I was close.
Yes, you were.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought Uninvited was okay for at least you could sit there and make fun of it. I mean, because we were making fun of it. That cat, and how it was pretty much different in every scene. Oh yeah, the cat with the puppet, and oh yeah, I don't know, but I don't know.
I'm looking that up now because I think I watched a Cliff Notes YouTube Cliff Notes thing on it because it was one of those movies that I didn't really want to watch, but I wanted to know what happens.
Yeah, it did almost cancel our show. Yeah, I mean, we got flagged, and I had to dispute that. And
flagged for what?
So, I showed a trailer for The Uninvited, and it got flagged for copyright. And it's like, but I was just showing the trailer that is readily available but
It's a
whoever
public
had
thing.
it
As long as you weren't
was like,
claiming
no.
that you made it or something, I don't get how they could do that.
Yeah, no, I don't, and that's why I don't show trailers that much on here. I just talk about them and summarize them poorly. But hey, welcome, Casey. Yeah, Mel Brooks films are quite good.
He's the man.
Yeah, I've got more flagged. But yeah, we were black screened for the entire duration of the trailer. That's right. I forgot about that. So like we were playing the trailer and it just blacked out the screen and then it picked back up after,
That's
and
fucking weird, man.
it was weird. But it is what it is. YouTube and all their stupid copyright nonsense. But I don't know. Anyway. And yeah, okay, yep. And I'll hide that. And all right. So movies for next week.
Spaceballs.
Let's see. Zombie, you think you'll be here next week? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's probably
we can put it off. It's going to be Spaceballs when he's on. We have to.
yeah,
That's a requirement.
yeah, for sure. I just thought, I'm pretty sure he said it was up in the air as far as it was amazing.
It was just
It is
okay.
amazing.
You know, I think they have medication for that.
Yeah, so he's checking his schedule. And yeah, so I say that. I have another idea for a movie. Let me. I shouldn't dare this, but maybe it's the last.
Come on, dude. We can use the power of our beards. When we combine, we make a mega beard, and then it will work.
All right, yeah. It's only an hour, isn't it? 1984. Let's see. I thought this one looked really interesting.
What is it?
It's called The Last Starfighter.
Oh, yeah, it's another classic. Although it's decent.
We're gonna watch The Last Starfighter and Spaceballs because he should be available. And yeah, that's what we'll watch. And I'll
I've already seen them both. You haven't seen The Last Starfighter?
No.
That's, like I said, it's not the greatest movie I've ever seen, but it's worth watching. It's an old one.
I mean, just the whole bit in the. I'll talk about it next week, but anyway, yeah, I don't know. There's several bits in there that I mean, I am a big Star Wars fan, so I like and approve all that comedy. But yeah. Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna do. Share screen.
Let me just give you a warning, though. Be careful where you go and say stuff about Spaceballs, because you will get shanked in certain circles.
Yeah, so there's this Last Starfighter. I thought it looked interesting.
Yep.
Oh yeah, here's the trailer that here's the poster that I saw for it, and I was just like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, you probably like it, dude. It's not the greatest movie ever, but it's good. It's worth a watch. Definitely.
Yeah. So this and Spaceballs is what we'll watch for next week. And I'll stop sharing.
You know what?
And
You should watch sometime. And it was one of those movies I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I had to at least watch like, the first 5 minutes and end up liking the movie. Inseminoid. It's a fucking horror movie that's like,
insemination.
yeah, well, yeah, that's what it's about. And the lady gets impregnated by aliens on a space planet thing. But then she goes crazy. Oh my god, dude, it's like actually a freaky movie. It's
You'll
just
have
one of those like
to
it's under horror.
send
I'm
it
like,
to
what the
me.
hell is this? So I'm like, I'm gonna watch it because I have to figure out what the heck this is. This is not something. It ended up being quite good. I was actually impressed, which I was not expecting that at all. Sorry, I just got off on a random tangent.
Shoot. I don't know to answer Zombie's question. I do not know. This doesn't have anything listed right
What's the
now.
question?
Just where are they streaming?
Oh, I saw Inseminoid on like I know yeah, I'm on a completely different topic. I'm sorry, but I know I
Yeah,
saw
you
that
are.
on one of those horror streaming ones.
Oh,
But for Spaceballs and The Last Starfighter, I don't know. I I don't usually worry about that kind of stuff because I'm a buccaneer. If you get my meaning.
yeah. Inseminoid.
Yeah, here I got
Horror
you, dude.
Planet.
One sec, because it's actually got a different name, obviously. Well, it doesn't, but it does. You'll see.
Let's see. Spaceballs. Okay, so that is Spaceballs is streaming on Max and is available to rent on Prime, Amazon stuff. So, and I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. And I think
Probably.
that's where Last Starfighter is too. Because if I do Last Starfighter full movie, I'm pretty sure it comes up. Yeah, it's streaming on YouTube. On for Last Starfighter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yep. There it be. Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, Horror Planet. This is what I was pulling up. It does look interesting. Horror, sci-fi. Ooh, it's on Freebie. I'll add it to my watch list.
Maybe that's where I saw it.
Never mind.
It was streaming on one of those apps you can get on your TVs. In other words, I have a couple horror ones downloaded. So
yeah. Yeah. But so that's that. Dude. Oh, that Horror Planet. That's the one that's on yeah, it's on Freebie.
yep, that's probably where I saw it.
I totally missed this comment. Going where no show has gone before. 1980s outer space. Yep. Oh boy, but yeah, I don't know. The name of the movie is Horror Planet. Yes.
Well, if you look at the cover, like on IMDb, the cover from the picture of the cover of the film says Inseminoid, but they probably renamed it because they probably couldn't say that. I mean, they could, but they couldn't in some countries.
Yeah. I will copy and.
But we can worry about that later. I don't know how I got on that topic. It just popped into my head, and then I had to talk about it.
Oh, nope, that's the wrong thing. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. All right, there it is. So I don't have to do that now.
Where the men in tights, we roam around the forest looking for fights. We're men in tights.
Oh man,
what and say, or else we'll punch out your lights.
The Little John when he fell into that creek bed, he's just like, oh no, it's the principle of the thing. We got to fight, and he fell, and he's just like, I'm drowning. I can't swim. It's that's funny. In the movie, it was much different. Yes, he just had to put his feet down, but still. Well, I'm talking about in Prince of Thieves, it was different, but yes.
Prince of Thieves.
Yes, it is. It's it's not an ADHD theater without a little ADHD.
Isn't that amazing how that works?
Yeah. But okay, so let's watch those movies for next week.
Spaceballs and what was the other one?
Last Starfighter. I think.
Yep, no, that's what you said. That's perfect. I need to watch Last Starfighter again. Spaceballs I've seen so many times. I remember I could probably do the whole movie in my head. But Last Starfighter I haven't seen since I was probably 15 or 16. So I only remember half of it probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Oh no, I'm knocking everything on my desk. Last. Oh geez, I can't type.
You got to use your fingers. Press the keys.
And there we go. All right. So yes, we'll convene next Friday, I believe. And the next Friday is the 12th. Oh,
you Australian now?
No.
Got an Australian accent, do you? Oh, you fucker.
In high school, I was a lifeguard, and there was this one girl. She was super duper gullible, and I had convinced her that I was Australian, just here for a student internship, like a student
exchange.
Student exchange, yes, student exchange. And because I wanted to be an actor, and because occasionally I would forget that it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I was doing a bit, and I would just be talking my regular voice, and she said, oh, but you're not talking in your Australian voice. You're talking in a regular English voice. And I'd be like, oh, that's okay. Because, whatever. I'm just trying to be an English actor, or I'm working on my English actor, whatever. I had her convinced, and it was, I don't know. It was hilarious.
There's some lady out there now that has schizophrenia because her friend from high school turned out to be his whole life was a lie, and she's now messed up in the head, and it's your fault. I'm just gonna throw that out there. She can't trust anybody anymore. She has trust issues. My Australian friend turned out to be a liar.
That would be hilarious. I'd have to reach out to her. It's been a while since we've talked.
I'm surprised she still talked to you.
Oh no! I mean, I told her everything. I was just joking, and we laughed it off.
After you messed her up in the head.
Yeah, it was definitely
ruined her life. Way to go!
I know. I'm such a evil-hearted person. Oh, anyway. So I'm getting ready to head into a coughing fit here. Oh no. Okay.
Coughing.
Yeah. There's a Pokemon named Coughing.
Yeah, that's what I said. I just did his voice. He is coughing.
Mm-hmm. He certainly does. Where is the thing? I can't find the widgigidgy. Ah, yes, here we go. All right. That's all for tonight. Feel free to join us, or not. Whatever you feel like. Next week we're watching Spaceballs and Last Starfighter, and you can join us or you can get effed.
Join us or get effed.
Yeah.
Here, I have something to show you.
Okay.
I'll post it somewhere. Here, I'll post it in this chat, and then I'll put it in the Thunder Nerds chat too, because this is something you have to watch. Speaking of coughing, it's only like a minute long, so.
Oh boy.
You have to wait till the end. Boy. The end makes it all worth it.
Okay. Now there's 2.
Coughing, okay. You smoke screen.
Oh, geez. Yep. Pikachu does that.
Did you watch it till the end? Is it over?
Yes, I did.
Use Thunder Fork.
Oh, goodness. All right. That's all for tonight. I will see you next time.
Bye, all my followers. Mail me your tacos.